I'm so fucking sore and tired. It's gonna be a fucking chill sesh. Bubble took me out to martial arts Wednesday night. And now my muscles are sore. Oh, there's a 2 announced. That's nice. Let's not read that because it wasn't. I don't remember anything about this game. Ooh. Oh, this looks familiar. 2's out? Ooh, maybe. Is this the artist from Kill 6 Billion Demons and Lancer? Kinda looks like it. Hey, Tom Bloom, what have you been doing? Citizen Sleeper artist. Nope. Guillaume Singelin. Different, but similar. Sick. Alright. Operator. Tenno. Warframe. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines. Warframes. Perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Transfer intercept. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Average. I don't know what average is. Nothing. No points in engineer. Plus 1 point in interface. Minus 1 point in endurance. 0 in intuition and engage. What else we got? Extractor. Extractors work on resource extraction. Makes sense. Often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. Photosynthetic skin. Sunbathe dissection allows energy recovery at home. Ooh. One in Enduro, minus 1 in Intuit. And there's also Machinist. Machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. And when they're playing Final Fantasy, they have a gun. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. Point in engineer, minus 1 in engage. Okay, no, I like operator. Maybe. It was the first option it gave me, and sounds good to me. Gotta keep them operating. It was the first option they gave me. First try to pick anything. Yeah. It's the default, you know? What you're expected to pick. Where are you? Unknown. First thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling. Between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. Oh no, this is a big read game. Oh, regret. It's okay, I've got my cup of tea. It's at its worst when waking, when your self has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. I have to blow my nose, be right back. Okay, let's try that again a little less nasally. This is like a Disco Elysium style talkie RPG. I don't remember anything about this. It was highly recommended on the one podcast I listened to. But that was like almost 2 years ago, I think. A good long while. Let's think of that Bodet. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. Cold slips in, behind you and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. Yeah, this seems like it's going to be a Disco Elysium, but they haven't done the voice acting for me. I have to do it myself. Oh no. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Alright, what's the plan? You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. Is this a Project Hail Mary situation? And once you got the itch out, by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. Everyone should watch Project Hail Mary. That movie's fucking sick as hell. It was the least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourselves into containers, then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Not a Project Hail Mary situation. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. I'll rest. I try to rest, but you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sounds, too. Everywhere. Screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its senses. Then light. White as the cold. Softer and softer until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. Ooh. Dragos. Pragmatic salvager. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of the scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, Sleeper, you all forward yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in Sub-Zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. I weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in a makeshift tech. His headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Or perhaps he is just figuring out what to do with you. What happened to them? He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. And you were just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells. The promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S&ARP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep a hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too. You remember that too. Or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them, and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? Good for now, sleeper. You're one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances away, up and away, toward the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you could be right now. The eye. The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with, he trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Nod. Alright, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Dragos stalks back into the Rex, his drones already converging on a rusting hulk, plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Tutorial, welcome to Erland's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest, and end the cycle now. End cycle. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. Container. You wake curled up in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. The message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are, on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? What does matters? Do we want to escape further? Want to get answers? Getting answers sounds like it'd get me some information. Or do we want to build a life? We chose the operator. The negative endurance one. Which doesn't really affect this decision. I kind of like getting answers. I want to know some more. Give me an answer. Oh, it all matters. Never any choice to begin with. Where is Builder Wife? Robbed. Maybe it was a typo. Even though they're on opposite side of the keyboard. It wasn't actually Builder Life. It all matters. The past is impossible to escape if it remains a blur. What SNARP did to you cannot be forgotten. You need a way of understanding all this before you can move on. Where are you? Not in bed, I note. What is this place? What happened to the others? The questions outnumber the answers. You want to change that, but you'll have to learn to survive first. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. A mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. Fucking cocaine. Robo-cocaine. It's good powder is what I'm getting at. You thumb the power stud, of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood. You sprinkle them into the liquid. Oh, it's tea? As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. You gotta thumb the power nipple. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it is long after you've finished drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can, and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Oh yeah. Alright, condition, action dice, and energy. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. That's the top one. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Okay, yeah. Gets down in your fear. It makes sense. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. And energy. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. Oh, I could go for an energy bar right now. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy is low. I wish I was asleep. I wish I was in bed. Why did I agree to do this? Why did I make this choice? Why did I stay up until 2 AM playing Warframe again? Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes a condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at the double rate per cycle. Oh my. Don't do that. Okay, we got 2 2s, a 3, and a 4. And the 3 and the 4 are yellow. What happens if I click them? Up. I can rearrange them. No, I can't. Cool, okay. Hey, Dragos. Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He is still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly rising. How are you feeling? I'm feeling reasonable. That condition could be worse. Alright. The drone chirps. Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? For work. Look, I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I didn't pull you out of that container out of the goodness of my heart. Looks away. At the yard, it's simple stuff. Hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. Hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor. And obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Is it monies? These. He pulls out a handful of small metal bars. Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. That's what we use for trade out here. Just them back in the pocket. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited to moving on as quick as you can. And sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way that they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Why? Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Looks like it's time to get to work. Oh! That's a lot of words. Too bad I gotta read them. Ugh. Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. Repeatable action, hull dissection engineer. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Or repeatable action, endure. Manual salvage. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you are no stranger to hard labor. Input dice cycle clock. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy condition, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. Negative, the action fails. Oh, nope, the other side is not more outcomes. Positive, neutral, negative. Better than expected, succeeds, or fails. Fair enough. Action dice affect these outcomes as follows. Okay, the number makes it more or less likely to have a good thing. So currently I've got 2 2s, a 3 and a 4. Which is a lot of chance negative possibilities. Scary. Actions display information about their type, risk level, and the skill and modifiers that apply to that action. Type either critical or repeatable. Critical actions are red checks in Disco. 2 is risk. More gold, more gooder. More piss. More piss gold. You don't want your piss to be gold. You want your piss to be clear. Pink? Maybe that's when you've had too much water. Maybe a little bit yellow is okay. Risk. It's either safe, risky, or danger. Yeah, not completely clear. Then you're pissing for no reason. Safe, risky, or danger. No loss of condition, energy, or cryo on a safe check. Risky, negative outcome means cryo or energy loss, and danger means condition loss on a negative, and neutral can still mean cryo or energy loss. Danger is scary. 3, skill. The skill that this action requires. Either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Engage. Yep, the 5 skills we got. And modifier. Oh dear. Is added to the action dice when slotted and improves its value. Some actions require a +1 to perform. Not enough sleeping citizens, if you ask me. Ow. Oh, and now my back's sore as well. Oh, that's not fair. Oh, quick stretch. Oh, my body is broken. Yeah, playing Citizen Sleeper. It's disco with dice. It's already had dice. It's sci-fi disco, but also you gotta do these instead of talking to people. So it's just a little bit worse. So Citizen Sleeper. I'm sure it's good. Okay, anything I'm really good at? I'm least bad at engineer. What do these mean? Debt called in, back in business. Dragus is tied up in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things get nasty. And back in business, every salvager knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. Okay. Put a 2 over here. And maybe a 4 here as well. Ooh, scary. Okay, I only pick 1. If I use a 4, then it becomes a 3, which is still acceptable risk. Whereas if I use a 3, it becomes a 2, which is awful. Yeah, so question is, do we want to do the safe option or the risky option? The risky doesn't have a negative on it, so we could use the 4. Does a higher value? Surely a higher value means better chances. You're probably rolling the dice. Oh yeah, okay, you roll it. 6 is good. A 1 is bad. And the other 4. Is that math right? Yeah, it has to be. And then 2 through 5. Neutral. No, that doesn't sound right at all. 2 through 5 is 4 options. Okay, so we can't be rolling a d6 to get those results, I don't think. No, okay, it's lying to me. Oops. Okay, even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. I think just put that's the opposite of what I was thinking. Let's go with this. Hey. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something. Good or bad is about to happen. Means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Dragus' debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. Okay. Every day, this is going to go up by 1. Or down by 1? Negative symbol? I don't know. Okay, I've done 1 action here. Is there anything else? Yes. Oh! Drives and navigation. In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any tracked drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button at the top left of the screen. You are now free to explore Erlen's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Build clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you're out of dice. Mouse wheel or WUS to scroll the station. Rotate with AD. Whee! Whoa! Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, they mentioned a ring, so we're on a halo. And there's a lot of options. Shipyard. Go. You need access to corporate pharmaceuticals, otherwise this escape attempt will come to a rapid end. Okay. There's a few places where we can find a doctor. Let's try the closest one. There's no action to take. Hellion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Hellion systems are rare, but those that do always return, eventually. What's my stat I'm good at? Don't remember. Steal dock plans, what the fuck? Havenage security has to have plans. Stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know this place, and the most dangerous. How can you win if you don't have opposable thumbs? Who needs them? They're not that great. And also this is a point and click game, you just need the one button. Thumbs don't come into it. Rotunda of the old dock is filled with passageways and concourses, leading to all kinds of docking bays. Dock watches. Getting to know the Rotunda doesn't just mean new places to visit, it means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. And Havenage watch list. Havenage run the Rotunda, and the security watches the docks. Better to avoid attracting their attention. Yep, don't see any benefit for me there right now. Does yellow mean I can leak it, or is it just gonna keep spinning? Okay, it doesn't change when I hover over. Maybe not. Takes several cycles to reach the Starwood Belt and return, loaded with scrap from the old wrecks. Okay, I see. This yellow spinny bit is not for my objective. It's just saying there's a cycling clock here. Probably for when merchants come back with stuff. This one's got the flashy dot for Find Doctor. Why is asking for directions dangerous? Why wander when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the Bright Market? All you need is the courage to approach them. Local knowledge. The Bright Market is the busiest part of the Eye's lower rim. You can find anything and everything here. Explore the market. Smells, sounds, and buzzing activity of the Bright Market makes it a dizzying place to wander, but an enticing one too. Yay! You manage to follow the flow of people, and you start to appreciate, even enjoy, the chaotic layout of the markets. Uh-oh. Damn it. You are led into a blind alley and jumped from behind. By the time you get to your feet, both the thugs and the chits are gone. Oh, that sucks. Okay, critical action. I could have only done it once, and now I'm fucked. Okay, I can't do this all today. Maybe just try another one. What else is an option? Gotta pay the troll toll to get through this Halo's hole. After some spaces cause trouble in the low end, Yatagan have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Well, just had all my money stolen. Oh shit! Doctor's right here. Okay, great. Let's do the doctor. Next! Comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You're thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place. But now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hab block, they have all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few. And without a supply of stabilizer, this body, your body, will express a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. Try to find something to distract yourself. What's going on there? You lean against the door frame and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber light filtering through a far doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slap of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. "Wait your turn," he growls. You can always depend on the kindness of strangers. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway, and you catch a distant voice. "Send the next one in, Toshiro." Enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. Am I going to pick up Great Ace Attorney again? Is there a second one out? It sounds like a lot of hard work. Streaming is a lot of talking for that. Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve? Maybe. Yep, there's a second one. There has been the whole time, came out 2018. Japan. 2021 here. Oh, hang on. No, what I'm looking at is part of Chronicles? Yeah, the ending didn't... No, did the ending feel like an ending? I feel like it kind of wrapped it up. Was there more? Chronicles, the game I played, was both of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures games into one thing, according to Wikipedia. But Great Ace Attorney 2 seems to have 5 chapters. Blossoming Attorney, Clouded Kokoro, Great Departed Soul, Twisted Karma on his last bow, and the Resolve. Yep, okay, looking at this, feel like possibly I haven't played that. Yep, I don't remember a lot of those details, so it seems like I haven't played that game. And I'll have to investigate. Why am I looking at fucking Wikipedia for this? I'll look at Steam. Great Ace Attorney... Additional art and music. I see recordings, music for it. I don't see a second game. Was there an option in Chronicles to look at the second? I don't know. I'll have to reinstall and investigate that. Yeah, maybe. If I have a soothing honey lemon tea ready to go. It could be another Friday game. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway, and you catch a distant voice. Then the next one in, Toshiro. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, we read that. Switch games into the game. Yeah, like one of those. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the bright market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. And for a moment, you are transfixed by the motion. Oh. Hi, Sabine. You look cool. Nice poncho. Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, placing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak. They blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please, sit. They gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. Am I not the first one of me to come through here? It was mentioned early on that I felt like my memories were copied, which they are because I'm a software Warframe worker. But maybe the companies are copy pasting, like Mickey 17, which I haven't seen yet. Also gotta get around to that. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still to their eye. A few cycles. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. I take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. I say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNR doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping, they built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which SNR remains the sole producer of. Sound familiar? Yes. Good. That may help. I swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNRP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something. Anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes. You hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside? You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They are influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. But Yatagan has connections. Smugglers from the Starwood Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it. Why help me? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave, Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Cool. Okay, so in 3 cycles, come back. How about food? If anything, it's probably head back to the market, see what we can see. That's one local knowledge. But that's it for the day. What? What does that mean? Red one? What's an active scene? Oh. I did find food. Great. Oh, hi. Emphas is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. I'm gonna watch because I got no money. Despite the queue, Emphas doesn't rush. He dresses each portion individually, squeezing precise slugs of liquid from an assortment of bottles into the bowl of torn leaves and bright slices before tossing them loosely together. Occasionally, a waiting customer might mutter something about efficiency, but Emphas remains steady in his process. After a while, the queue fades back into the crowd, and Emphas sets down his metal bowl and looks up across the burner to see you, watching him. I can feel your eyes burning a hole in my head, in my bowl. Free sample? Yes, please. He gestures neatly. Come over. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers, Emphas says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. Hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. I'll tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the Eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. Chungus fungus. Yum. I get a little bit chungus fungus. Don't want you to get it ungus. Nobody else but Mingus. Nobody else but Mingus fungus. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container, and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had but could never forget. You tell him that Flamingus Dingus. That's my new D&D character. You tell him that the Eye excites you and it scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, and what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more, he smiles. But next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner's side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. How long am I thinking of going for? I had intended to go for 4 hours. Oh yeah, that's a nice standard stream. I don't know if I'm going to last for 4 hours. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Might have to go find a water bottle and start chugging. Almost done with my tea. which is getting almost cold. What I might do is like 2 hours of this, and then something where I don't have to talk nonstop. That sounds pretty good to me. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor, and you'll be back. Boss drive! Get to know Emphas. Okay, so work in Drugus's yard for cash bucks, and then spend it at Emphas. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. I'll look at it. No, I'll touch it. You find a point in the station, and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. Flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, try to grasp them, try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you, insistently as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second, and you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind. A storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored. And then it is gone. Yes, Paramithian? Why are you broing me? I have to repair my condition, which means I need to wait for Sabine. That doesn't have to be sad. City said all of a sudden everything shuts off. The stream fucking buffered. All of a sudden everything shuts off and I just hit stop streaming and we're gone. Oh, dot dot here? Oh, it's just that's what I'm tracking, so it's waiting. Okay, a couple days for that. Let's go to work. I might have chosen the wrong character. I reckon I've got the character that's worse in the early game, but better late game. Once I get some drones. But for now, endurance is rough. And my 5 would become a 4. I can use this 5 right here. It's only good. Yeah, I got 2 points. I got 15 creditos. Uh-oh. Oh, it's cryptocurrency. Oh, no. Uh-oh. What? Oh, no. That's fine. In the future, cryptocurrency is good instead of bad. Picking my stats out of the womb like, I'm going for a late game build. Exactly! Doing the fucking Fallout 4 stat spread while you're in there. But you're doing the Kingdom Hearts XP gain choices. Okay, how about a 3? 3 has a chance to be good. And then the 2 can go over there, and that's the whole day. Me when I'm in a sci-fi universe, and the universal currency is called credits. It's got to be called credits. You got to have credits in your sci-fi. Nice. Wolf is playing Stardew Valley. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't get back in business for that one. I just got a couple credits. Sorry, Cryo. Okay. Back to... Oh, I could have explored the market again with that too. Oops. Hi, Emphas. Okay, you joke from there. Same as dice. I don't think I actually want to do that right now because I don't know how much it restores. I'm thinking it probably more than the 2 I'm going to use today. I think that's it. I thought these would be like disco days and each one would be an hour plus 1 to 2 hours of conversations. Nope, day's done. Oh, hang on, what was that? Interesting. I might do some assisting shipbuilding. Here we go. Character. I'm good at interface, which I haven't seen yet. Oops. What's this? Why can't I click this? What does that mean? For all these buttons and actions. Upgrade points. Oh! I can get upgrade points. Okay. Oops. Ooh. Look comes the upgrade screen. Oh yeah, I didn't expect you not to still be here. I'm just pointing out notifications I'm getting. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. Threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to pass, but you begin to try. Do I want to focus on the threads or the nodes? Threads across the ring, into the void. I feel like I want to know more of the nodes. Nodes and connections. So many layers and loops. Let's look at the nodes. Let's look at the nudes. The nudes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here. And then lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. Before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes. Passages and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across the ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. First things first. Oh, uh-oh. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They're in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. Oh my god, the dank box tugged you off. No. You open your eyes. Time is short. My tea's probably cold. Oh no. Yep. May as well be iced. Ugh. Someone's dragging me. Oh, cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful. These networks are old and strange. Click the eye button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Boop. Bit of hacking in my sci-fi game. How are we doing, Dragos? Let's get you some money, because that debt's getting closer. Well, it's not so much closer that can't leave some time for it to do later. Let's do at least one work for Dragos every day. Og. Okay, great. And how about shipyard? Actually, let's hit the market. It's risky. I don't want to use a 2 on a risky. But I think I also don't really want to use a 2 over here. Danger and risky. It's only risky. That's not that bad. Actually, first of all, Emphas food. Hi, Emphas. Okay, 3 energy per fungus. Righto. Simple enough. Make a Sabine tomorrow. I'll use the 2. In the market. We got a 50-50 shot. Fuck. Oh no, my energy. I don't want to do this yet. I'm gonna go use this 6. The shipyard. +2 yard hand and +5 cryo. You shadow a shipbuilder who is impressed when you know how to double seal a hull plate. He slips you a tip at the end of the shift. Ooh. Okay, alright. Dice done, everything else done. No actions waiting. Back to bed. Well, hang on. What did it say we need to use for these? Oh, okay. I probably should have clicked this first. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. Work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. And these are interface skills, so I can maybe get money from these. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you'll be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. A 2 or a 3 would get this. Okay, alright. Once unlocked, data can be extracted. Okay. Let's remember that for tomorrow. And not just spend all our dice doing stupid shit. Uh-oh. I'm being hunted. Imagining the guy from that one Firefly episode. Does that seem right to you? Alright. Oh, another 6. 6, 4, and 2. And 2 will go into that thing just fine. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up. What's up? Fang! Fang is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his bored face. Hey, glad I caught you. Overwatch Firefly should... Yeah, it's like 10 episodes or something. It's really short. Doesn't feel as good to watch as it did when it was coming like back in the day. There's quite a few points where I was like, as with most... What's his name? Works by that director. It hasn't aged fantastically. But, you know, it's probably still worth a watch. Especially since the new series is coming back. And does not involve, what's his name? Director. That guy, yeah. Yeah, you know, that guy. What the fuck's his name? Buffy. Avengers. Alien 3. Joss Whedon. Yeah, that's him. I was getting the J, but I was thinking Jeff Jacques, but I think that's a fucking webcomic maker. Webcomic cartoonist. Joss Whedon, yep. Yeah, that's fine, as long as you remember it was early 2000 stuff. Feng is glad he caught me. Who are you? Hey Feng, what's up? You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erland said? Your eye opens for us all. Muted to cough real quickly. Maybe I should go get that cup of water. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? Yeah, you, me. Havenage. We pass together into the main walkway. Havenage. We're all one dysfunctional family. Colt! Fang puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, though. Don't worry. I'm with systems. Oh, not Colt. Just government. Think of us as an administrative association for the Eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerge as a response to, or a continuation of, Andre Erland's original union. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity and, well, I know a little bit about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. But this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare, then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. Oh, I need you. Operator, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back. His voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Cool. Where was that? Is it attached to this somewhere? Nope. First things first, Dragos, my friend. No, first things first, hacking. Havenage agent. Havenage member is broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Well, hang on, I don't want to antagonize Havenage when my boy Fang is trying to hit me up. Here we go. Node 0102. Data here is part of a cache tucked away during the collapse. Who hid this? For what purpose? Damn insta-hottie? Yeah, fucking seen me? Ooh. I got a key. Ooh. And then, yep, that goes away. Great. Emphas. Feed me. Thanks, Emphas. Sabine time. And I think I will do that while I've got the dice to do things with. Just in case. I don't want to come in here and then have to need to throw a 6 down and I've used them all up for Dragos. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshiro's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with the case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. Rotate your vials. Rotate your vials for science. Rotating your vials for science is kind of a normal thing to do for science. It doesn't really hit as hard as the original song. I have no idea how Yadigan... They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I'm the test case, I'm the guinea pig, I'm the canary. That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. A gesture for you to sit on the bed. Stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Passcodes? In very basic terms, yes. Look, what matters here is that the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. Oh, we can mod ourselves. Perhaps, is that what I'm hearing here? Encode any organic biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I'll start with a small dose to limit the risk. Sure. Shoot me up. Let's get crazy. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe, and you watch as if any sign might emerge. And you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection, but with little response. Boom. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness. Muffled noises, like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yes. The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yadigan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you're going to have to do that somewhere else. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room, and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder, how long have you been out? Sabine? Nothing comes free, Sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down into the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. And now I'm stable as fuck. And I'll have 5 dice tomorrow. Okay, this is where I get stabilizer. It costs 100 credits. Damn. Okay, but we're feeling pretty juicy, pretty fresh, pretty fancy. Go to the shipyard. Can use a 6 here. Oops. Well, hang on. Let's check out what else is hackable before we go anywhere. A lone connection feeds into this isolated node. Its last access timestamp is 1,000 cycles ago. We don't have anything for that. Solheim Gate. It's not Solheim Cipher. This gate conceals a network of systems which have been untouched since the Solheim collapse. I don't have any of those yet. I don't want to fuck with agents. Everything else is key nodes, and there's a Yatagan agent at the end. 3 and 2. That seems like mostly a good spot to use low dice, yeah. But I haven't got any of those right now. So to the shipyard. And then back to Dragos, because we haven't done that today yet. I trust. Oh, I shouldn't have trusted. Lost some energy. I got some cryo out of it, I think, at least. Or did I lose cryo? I didn't see. Yeah, we'll... I want to get this done. We're back in business, which means something's going to happen. Okay, we talked to Dragos. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. The beauty, isn't she? Dragos stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. I don't think focus is double S. Typo in the indie game. Get their ass. She's a beaut, ain't she? Sure. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up. And now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. No, what happened to the ship? Not my concern. He shrugs. Ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Give me a drone then. Carry of a load. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of the S&R freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winter Light. Sure. He clapped you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. Real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. Oh, I got an upgrade point. Character and upgrades. You've completed your first drive. Completing drives is how you get upgrade points. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Choose your character menu in the top right. We've done this. All right. Okay, so yep, each skill goes up and up. 1 point to get all these, and to pull this up from negative. 2 points for these, 3 points for these. Okay, okay, alright. Don't know if I want to do this. Oh, and also I don't think I can. Recovery points. What's this button mean? Oh, it means go that way. Do I want to get a +1 on something? Is that what's happening? Yeah. Oh, is that what's happening? Okay, yeah. Okay, it's 1, 1, 2, 3, I think. Chance to gain energy after engage actions. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. Would I rather go for +1 sooner or to get rid of my -1? I don't really want to do Sunbathe dissection because then I don't get to talk to Empus as much. Predictive reasoning dissections display potential positive and negative outcomes. That sounds handy. Ooh, and you get dice reroll later? Okay. Scrap components at home to repair condition. That's probably pretty good. Hard to kill. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Just don't break. All cryo actions are discounted by 20%. Could be good. Gain energy after engage actions. Chance to. I don't know what the chance is. This seems probably like it might be right, but okay, it's gonna tell me to fuck off because I've got the points. Being able to see potential outcomes, I think is pretty good. And also, it leads into dice reroll, which does seem pretty handy in a dice game. Okay. Full condition. A little bit hungry. Doesn't matter. Dice are gone. No things waiting. It was bedtime. Five dice. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, sort of thing. Hi, Feng. Sleeper. Feng catches your attention as you approach the Havenage building, leaning against a bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way, security and all that. You know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Feng inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. And the door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates, and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There is a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Peng leans on a server stack and gestures around. You like it? Do I like it? Seems cool. Bunch of hardware. It's pretty messy. Hey, this whole station's a mess. This is what I have to work with. He taps a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block, speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station. EAR-1, the one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they are seeing a concrete reality. But this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We are keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least, that's what I'm trying to do. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. And I can't tell whether Serge is in that one. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines, humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? Yes. It makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon, and that's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Feng notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though? They're tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see, access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets, a shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Havenage, there is old growth. Those whose roots trace back to those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Feng pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Feng passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift. He smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. Ah, and now we can get into the orb. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate, and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling, have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper. I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back out into the passage. Those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. Plus drive. Extract past. Which I would like to do first, I think. Drago seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure he's going to hold on to his nerve much longer. Interesting. Oh, and now I can see all these. Plus winter light, plus yard clearance. Winter light. Ooh, is that the thing I need? Yeah, I need to study the winter light. We get points on that. Do I care about yard clearance? Oh, it pays. Yep. Plus cryo from yard clearance. Okay. So I've got this much time to do these actions. But before that... Oh, you know what? First of all, before anything else... Solheim. Give me in, Chief. Plus gate S7 access for the cost of the cipher. The squawk of noise, the old gate flips open, granting access. That unlock more nodes. Yeah, Solheim nodes. We need a key to get into that. Nope, just match it. This networked storage holds corporate records, most of them corrupted by a failed system purge. I can use the 2. Because of this. No bypass. Get some cryo from the thing. From my perks. Rip out some Solheim data. Great. Cool. Okay, whoa. The cloud. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread, strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent. Processing. Stay still. Please hold. Oh! Gorgeous. Get a load of that dog! Woo! The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What are you? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to space on. Entity identify. Origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you unexpectedly. Sleeper, S and ARP. Unknown. Known. Figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop. Figure halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste, the one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. What's a sealed dock? An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. I don't want to punch a dog! You lash out with all your force. Not a physical strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference leaping out from, like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. There's a scary dog! Emphas, feed me. Thanks, Emphas. One more and we get to talk to him. Oh, scrap freighter. Hi. I can buy some scrap for 20 cryo. Big stuff goes to the shipyard, the valuable stuff to the markets. I'll let you buy a few crates, but not much more. And you can probably get better deals if you do it enough. Get big money if I help enduring. And that'll go each day, and I can help it go faster. Probably, if I'm seeing that right. But it's an endure effect, skill. My dice are not fantastic right now. And it's dangerous. My perk doesn't show me what the dangers are. Potential positive and negative outcomes. What's the negative? Doesn't tell me shit. Unless that's the positive and that's the negative. That'd be nice. Oops. We have a 0. Well, I might need that one first of all. Hang on. Yep. I gotta fight that dog again. Before I do anything else, I should be talking to Feng with this. Hey Feng, check out what I got. Okay, let's go do that again. 3 I can do. Hacking. Feng wants to get a look at what data is hiding deep in the subsystems of the eye. As you enter the bay, Feng is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and the machines blink out of the dark in staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads! Feng's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by the hammer of a fist on a metal casing. Sneaky shitheads! Snaky shitheads. Who's snaky? Sleeper. Feng's smiling head pops out from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I've been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way between the throbbing stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. Feng is sat in front of a set of monitors, mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Feng waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information. Names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. People. Shitheads? Shitheads is probably the people who are getting this information. I see some people. People, yes, but whose people? Solheim or Havenage? I don't know. Solheim. That's the data I've been stealing. Bingo! He taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners. And he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This one. This is a sneaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads Harden Hurst. Friend of yours? Feng gives you a sideways look. Funny you should say that, Sleeper. He drags a stool out beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Harden Hurst in Havenage. You wait for your reaction. Okay. That's it. He's right here on the station now. Feng leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Harden worked on this station as a Senior Strategic Operations Executive, an SSOE. Feng raises his eyebrows at you. Al Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. Defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to... What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking science bullshit. Not science, the other one. Corporate. Jibber jabber. Jargon. Okay, extractors were contracted out to a subsystem, a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Which is us? Good old Harden shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back into Solheim. So, how do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. With my history. I am a child with collapse. Okay, the ring was a salvage thing, a corporate salvage thing, and then it fell apart, and people are still here, and they salvage non-corporately? Maybe? Feng turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships. They breathed Solheim air and slept in Solheim beds. Please stop making me say Solheim. Feng's voice rises as he speaks. His hands fists on the terminal edge. And the work that paid for that existence? The cycles of hard extraction out in the belt? Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. Yep, your standard far future corporate control slavery. Which isn't actually far future, it happens through IRLs. Sci-fi is about the present. This guy, stabbing at Hardin once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. Well, he can't be the same guy. But how? These guys, they were big time. There's a lot money can get you if you're a company man. Feng relaxes a little. But how is Hardin still kicking? I really don't know. He turns to you and smiles. So we're gonna go find out. Maybe he's a Wolbot like me. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Feng brings up a map of the lower eye. Havenage might be born out of Erland's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy is not. Hardin happened to float to the top. Feng zooms in on the far yards. And grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive. We need proof. He holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardin-Hurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Feng puts a hand on your shoulder. But you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Feng grins. If you can extract yourself a Havenage cipher from a Havenage agent, they sometimes carry them among their data caches, you can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. What do you say? You up for it? What's in it for me? Rooting out a corrupt snake not enough? Find the information and I'll start work on that tracker of yours. You haven't started work yet? I'm getting tracked over here. Only got a few cycles left. Feng scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send it back here to me. There's something wrong here, and I aim to get to the rotten core of it. You leave Feng, digging through data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Hardin. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands are poured from the Sargot systems, looking for a new life. The hope of a better future, engineered to line someone else's pockets. An idea you are intimately familiar with. You think of Hardin, still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly past. Whoa. This is heavy. Okay, let's think about this. Am I going to care about this? It's not attached to one of these. So I don't think I care about this yet. Hey, Havenages is... Any of you gonna take this 4? There's only 1, so no. I need a 2 or a 3. How about Dragos? Dragos Yard. This is safe. It's intuition, or engineer is dangerous. The 4, Yarkinson get some cryo. I'm doing okay on cryo. Condition is stable. I'm not hungry. I can forensic troll. Gain some winter light and a bit of yard clearance. Hopefully we don't get a negative. Nope. Nice. Neutral outcome plus 1 to light. Alrighty then. Nothing else actively waiting. Well, do I feel like I need a scrap? I got some extra cryo ready to go. I haven't noticed anything I need scrap for yet. No, I'm okay without it. Okay, I think go to bed and that'll be it for this iteration, this attempt, this run, this particular stream portion of Citizen Sleeper. And I'll find some shit where I don't have to fucking talk so much. Ooh. 2 6s? Hell yeah, baby! I was expecting to have a conversation there, but nope. Alright. I'll take that as the end of the time. 3 seconds since last slave? That's good. Right. Okay. I'm gonna go get a drink of water, and then I'm taking suggestions. Yep. Hydrate, thank you very much. I'm gonna absolutely jump on that. If you want me to play something in particular, shout it out. Probably not Greatest Attorney because it's another talkie game and it's not installed. You know what? Wolf, you're here, you're hanging out. Here is my entire currently installed Steam library just for you. Direct message, where are you? There you go, pick something out of that, and I'll BRB. Okay, I'm back. I've drunk a glass of water. I've got a refill glass of water ready to go. Alright, what do you think? Dead and Cisco is currently off limits until Sky's around for it. Sky gifted it to me, so I'm not playing it without him. I'll probably announce it and plan it in advance. Haven't touched Deadlock yet. That is what I was really kind of expecting you to go for of these options. It's the low-hanging fruit, the obvious choice when asking you to pick one of these. Love to see Bayonetta. I would also love to see Bayonetta. I've never played it. I looked into it a bit after it failed on Bubble's side. And now it could have been that her computer was fucked. Maybe it was what fucked her computer. But there was some fix you had to do looking at like the Reddit threads and shit. And I think I did that, if I remember right. So that's on the table. It's Bayonetta time. Which means I'm gonna reach over here and grab my controller. And we're gonna set up. I'm probably gonna stop the stream and start it again. Just so the category updates and the title and shit. Never had a problem with the PC port like that? I don't know. Yeah, trouble with it. I looked it up. Everyone on the internet said, do this, and it won't explode. Bayonetta 2009. Original version? Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming for 1 calendar second, and we're back.